She needs to go out more. She must not have any friends. Like, why is she alone all the time? She must hate people. Why does she stay in her room all day? Why doesn't she want to go out? I mean, honestly, she just doesn't know how to socialize. She must be scared of people. She must be feeling sad or lonely.
I'm pretty sure the majority of the introverts, if not every single introverts, have heard one of these phrases, myself included. These are some of the well-known common misconceptions about introverts, along with introverts are just shy. They have social anxiety. They are scared of people. They're scared of what other people think about them, when that's not true. Being an introvert doesn't mean that you have social anxiety. You can be an introvert and have social anxiety, by the way, which I had in the past, but I no longer do because I worked on it. But being an introvert doesn't mean that you have social anxiety, or the fact that you are shy, or the fact that you are scared of people, or the fact that you hate people just in general, or the fact that you feel lonely, depressed, or you're sad all the time, or the fact that you just don't know how to socialize. Those are all wrong misconceptions about introverts and things that people assume all the time. And no wonder why introverts don't want to engage with obnoxious extroverts like you who keep assuming this stuff about ourselves, because we are too busy recharging our batteries that we don't have time for that immature nonsense bull. Like, I watched this video from Nathaniel Drew about what many people don't understand about introverts, and he said, I don't take the word friend so lightly. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, like why would I call you my friend? Is that just because we have similar interests, or just because we are classmates, co-workers? Like, no. We don't just allow anyone into our circle. We don't just become friends with anyone. We prefer quality versus quantity. For example, we would rather be alone or have one friend than 10 people whom we have a shallow connection with. I'm not gonna have a useless small talk with you when I can just like sit there and recharge my battery and just be alone in my energy, which I love more than the useless small talk about,
how are you? Oh, I'm fine.
I could just save myself from that repetitive conversation where you don't even care about the answer that you are asking for. I mean, it reminds me when I was in school back in the days where classmates would ask, oh, how are you? How are you? And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, do you really want to know? I was feeling burned out. I just cried yesterday because how much I hated school. That I've been having a really hard time, but I just had to force myself to get out of bed this morning. But do you really want to know that? Probably not. Sweetheart, that's the exact reason why we're over there and not here. This is repetitive conversation. We can just avoid that. Because it has been a social habit for people to ask, how are you, without even giving a flying F about the answer. Introverts value authenticity, depth, and honesty. This is the exact reason why we don't like this question, because just save yourself from even asking us this question when you don't even care about the answer. We live in a world where people judge a book by its cover, or based on small little facts. It's like they don't go deep, they just look at the surface level and that's it. Without even asking or trying to understand someone, or the fact that even thinking that someone may have many layers to them. People love to put people on a box based on how they appear. Oh, that's who you are. There you go. Let me just put you in a box. It is very easy for people to assume a lot of things about you. They never ask themselves questions to try to understand you. Instead, they just sit there and keep assuming things about you. Which leads me to the next point, which is people will never understand the complexity and the depthness of who you are, or the fact that you have many layers, because they themselves have not gone deep within themselves. They don't understand their own depthness. They have not gone to that place yet internally. So they never can understand you to that level. And this is something that I've learned from something that a tarot reader was saying, is that people can only love you to the depthness of the love or the space that they have met within themselves. And I absolutely agree with that. If they don't go deep, that they are not able to understand your depthness, the complexity of who you are, the fact that you have many layers, the fact that you can want to be alone and sometimes say, you know what, I don't want to be around people because right now I'm overwhelmed and I'm overstimulated. And at the same time, you can be that person who won't shut up because they're talking about something that they love, or the fact that you can be the person who can go and compliment strangers, the fact that you can love being in front of people and do presentations, even though you don't like crowds. People like to put people in a box because it feels easier, it is easier for them. They don't want to sit with that discomfort of not knowing the answer. And a lot of extroverts are obnoxious, ignorant, close-minded, and they're gonna be the one who will honestly assume a bunch of misconceptions about introverts that are not true, or look down upon introverts and see them as weak just because they don't understand introverts. A lot of people go around acting like they know everything. That's the world that we live in today. We live in a society that's comfortable with being externally focused, and people are praised for that. People are encouraged to be that way. Just like Carl Jung said, introverts are drawn to the inner world of thought and feeling, and extroverts to the external life of people and activities. And no, extroverts are not supposed to be like introverts, but of course, any extroverts can honestly learn the skill of being inquisitive, of pausing and asking themselves questions before they assume things about someone. We all have the ability to learn that. It doesn't matter whether you're an extrovert, you can and you have the ability to learn that. I also want to say a lot of people are quite ignorant, who look down upon introverts, and they don't want to understand you. They just want to put you in a box and assume whatever they want to assume about you. And you need to understand that. It's something that introverts have to be okay with, something that I became okay with as well. We are very intentional with our energy, and we are very intentional with the way in which we use it, because introverts get drained by being around people, whereas extroverts gain energy by being around people. It's just the way that we are. And if being an extrovert is valid, then being an introvert is also valid. It's just how we are uniquely designed. And I don't see a single problem with that. It's honestly society who tries to make introverts feel like they're the problem. People misunderstand something that they cannot understand. Majority of the people misunderstand introverts because they don't understand introverts. And that's the reason why they put us in a box, because they don't understand who we are and how we function and why we do the things that we do. The fact that you can have a contradicting personality, I know I do have a contradicting personality, where if I were to tell this people, they're like, how is this possible? Like, how can this be true? Because people like to put people in a black or white box. To shortly just demonstrate to you how I have a contradicting qualities and aspects and desires within myself, for the people who know a little bit about astrology, I have a Leo moon, Leo rising, and a Virgo sun. And my 12th house is in a water sign. With that being said, let me just shortly explain to you in an easy way. Having Leo in a moon sign, I want to be seen. It's a very strong desire within me to want to be in the spotlight, on stage. I want to express myself. I want to be in front of people. I want to perform. I want to speak in front of people. I loved presentations when I was in school. For example, when I was a kid, I used to dance in front of people, and I loved being a performer. It's like the world is my stage, and I love to be the entertainer, the person on the stage, expressing myself. I actually went up to so many strangers and complimented them. It's something that started out as a moving out of my comfort zone challenge, but ended up being something that I did in the past a lot, here and there, not always, but it was a here and there thing. But still, I'm an introvert and I love doing that. I am not only an introvert, I am also an INFJT. I am also a highly sensitive person, and I have a water sign in the 12th house in my astrology birth chart, which makes me not only an introvert, but also someone who needs alone time. There was a point where I just wanted people to just shut up because I was overstimulated, overwhelmed. Bright lights overstimulated me. I just wanted to hide away. That's like the epitome of an introvert on the edge of going insane because they just didn't have time to recharge alone and take a break from everything and everyone. There you go. That's exactly how I feel when I don't get alone time. There were in my luteal phase or in my menstrual phase, I feel withdrawn, less social. If there are guests coming over, then I may feel withdrawn. I don't want to like go up to them and be social when I'm feeling low energy, where I just want to be all by myself because I'm feeling drained and tired. I don't want to be seen those days, I don't want to talk. I don't want to come out. And it's totally valid. And these are both aspects of myself, and they're both me. I had to learn to understand and accept both desires and aspects of myself and not push myself to be a social butterfly when I just wanted to be by myself and spend time with myself and I was feeling withdrawn, and also to accept when I do wanted to be a social butterfly and be in the spotlight, to want to introduce myself and be social. And I love doing that when I want to, when I have the energy to. I don't mind being a social butterfly, but it depends on how I'm feeling, whether I'm in my ovulation, follicular phase as a woman, or menstruating, luteal phase. I just want to call you or text you or don't want to engage with you because I'm overwhelmed or overstimulated and I need me time. It doesn't matter whether I have friendships or relationships, I have to spend time alone. Otherwise, I'm gonna resent people. It's actually true. And I don't apologize for that. It's how I'm designed. If I don't get the alone time, I'm gonna start resenting everyone. In the past, I kind of didn't accept that part of me that sometimes would feel like I actually don't want to be seen right now. I just want to be there by myself. I don't want to engage. I don't want to be social right now. Like there are guests coming over. I don't want to go there. I don't want to video call. I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm feeling a little bit low in energy and I just want to be by myself and spend time with myself and recharge. I'm still lovable. I needed to accept that about myself. It's like, wow, there are like days or weeks when I feel like a social butterfly. All of a sudden, I want to like compliment strangers. I do want to be seen. I do want to chat. I do want to talk. I do want to be more social. And I want to be in the spotlight. And I don't mind having long conversations. And there are days and weeks where I absolutely don't want to do that. Where I feel withdrawn, like a bear in a cave. That acceptance makes me be more at peace within myself, realizing that that's not a problem. There's nothing to fix. It's just I have two contradicting aspects within myself. And there was so much peace within me. Oh, by the way, there's the sun right now. See? Perfect timing. The sun, the shade. The sun and the shade. Yin and yang. Balance. And when I accepted both of these aspects within myself, there was inner peace, harmony, and unconditional self-love. Because I accept and embrace and love all of me, all of both of those aspects within myself and their desires. Yeah, I don't accept one or the other less or more. They're both parts about me. And it's such a beautiful place to be in. But I feel like you cannot get to that point when you don't know yourself. When you fell into the trap of the fact that as an introvert, you need to change yourself to be lovable, or the fact that there's something wrong with you, when that's absolutely not true. Like I said, if you have social anxiety, it's something that you can improve. I experienced bullying when I was in 6th and 5th grade, as well as a little bit in 7th grade. And that led me to develop a bit of a social anxiety, low self-esteem. I wasn't confident, whereas now I don't anymore. Not only do I know who I am, not only do I know my true self, and I express that unapologetically and confidently because I love myself. I accept and embrace and love who I am. I don't think about what that person thinks about me. I don't give a flying F if I disappoint other people, if I piss people off, because I prioritize being my true self, because I love myself unapologetically. I don't give a flying F if you don't like me. It's like, do you really think I give a flying F about your opinion about me? I love myself. I like myself. I accept and embrace myself. I understand myself. And I'm okay with you making whatever assumptions you want to make about me. A lot of celebrities are introverts, like Thomas Shelby, Keanu Reeves. I see them as quite charismatic, confident, comfortable within themselves. And that's just reflects in their posture, the way they carry themselves. I mean, Thomas Shelby does not give a flying F what you think about him, but he seems pretty confident. Thomas Shelby is at peace with himself, just like Keanu Reeves. And it's just so beautiful to see when introverts accept themselves and they're confident. It's quite beautiful. It's when you accept and embrace and love yourself and understand who you are and your contradicting aspects within yourself and their desires, it is then when you can go out there and be confident and not feeling like you have to prove yourself to anyone, or not feeling like you have to judge yourself if you are, for let's say, wanting to withdraw and wanting to isolate yourself. I feel really happy and in love with myself and at peace within myself now that I feel whole, because there's this inner harmony, and you don't have to be inner conflict with any contradicting aspect within yourself. You can be in peace and inner harmony by accepting it, by learning how to work with yourself, work with those two contradicting energies, aspects within yourself, and honoring when it does come up, and not judging yourself for it, and act from that place in alignment with how you feel, and you will see how great you feel about yourself. Let's embrace our fabulous self, knowing that there's nothing to fix about us being introverts. So stop apologizing for being an introvert. The people who don't get you are not for you. The people who do are for you, and they will love you for who you are and not try to make you feel like as if there's something that you need to change about yourself, or you need to fix yourself, or that you are not lovable for being an introvert. Because that's a lie. You are lovable for being an introvert. We all are. Just like extroverts are lovable for being them, so are lovable for being introverts. And also ambiverts are lovable for being them. We don't have time for people who don't want to understand us because they are too busy assuming and thinking they know who you are and making all kinds of assumptions about you. We don't have time for that. And honestly, sweetheart, you are doing amazing by distancing yourself from those kinds of people. Don't waste any time thinking about how you should change yourself or how some people don't like you. F them. They don't even have the depthness to understand the complex, beautiful being that you are. And it's time that you love yourself. 'Cause I do. And I have learned to do that. And it doesn't matter, honestly, whatever some people may assume about me. I'm cool with that. I'm minding my own business in my own company, having the best time, being happily alone, and also happily single right now. We know our worth. We know our value. And if you don't, then you should start your self-love journey. You should know your worth and your value. And when you do that, a lot of things just become easier. You don't care who thinks what, because you know who you are. And we introverts should know that we don't need to prove anything to anyone. We will do whatever the hell we want when we want to, not because you forced us to. I'm gonna go out when I want to. I'm gonna stay inside when I want to. Just like a cat, you can tell me nothing. There was never anything to fix about you. You are always enough. You are always amazing, likable, and special, and unique. Embrace that, accept that, love that, celebrate that, because you are incredible. So that's it, guys, with today's episode. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you're an introvert and if this episode helped you in any shape or form. I would truly love to know that. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.